Thank you so much for your patience. I sincerely apologize for the unexpected delay, but now we are ready to begin. We appreciate you sticking with us. Without further ado, let's get started. A few words about our hosting organization. This webinar is a part of Project CyberShield, an initiative under Naksh Foundation. Naksh Foundation is a Delhi-based non-profit organization dedicated to legal literacy, education, and social empowerment. Among its many initiatives, Project CyberShield is focused campaign on cybercrime awareness and digital safety education. Today's session is another step in furthering that mission, ensuring that victims of cyber harm
लाइन
know
की
that they are not
आवाज
alone and that
आ रहा है.
justice is very much possible. And to guide this mission today, it is now my great privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker for this webinar, Mr. Yugal Pathak, fondly known as the Cyber UV in the cyber world. Mr. Pathak is a digital forensics and incident response professional with over 4.5 years of combined
कोई
experience
नॉइज आ रहा
in
है क्या?
corporate and law enforcement
बाहर से कोई नॉइज
domains.
आ रहा है क्या?
Currently serving as a digital forensic investigator with the Government of India, he specializes in mobile forensics and is also a 79A certified examiner of electronic evidence under the IT Act, entrusted with lawful preservation, extraction, and analysis of digital evidence. Over the years, he has assisted law enforcement agencies in solving cases ranging from financial frauds, email and social media crimes, CASM investigations, malware and ransomware attacks, to national security-related cyber events. His contributions extend beyond investigations. He has also been part of R&D for Make in India forensic products, including the development of the Drona Forensics Workstation. Beyond the field, Mr. Pathak is an author, technical reviewer, public speaker, and mentor. He has written for Digital Forensics Journal, India's first digital forensics magazine, and has trained police officers, defense personnel, corporate professionals, and students in cyber forensics and law. His mission, as he often puts it, is to secure India's borders with skill, integrity, patience, and pride. His journey is a powerful example of how technical expertise, legal insight, and dedication to public service can come together to make the digital world safer. We are truly honored to have him here with us today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Yugal Pathak, the Cyber Yogi. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Thanks a lot, firstly, and honestly saying, I would just like to take a screenshot of this poster because it's a lot of I can say good words you said about me. Even I never realized about this much good about myself. So thank you for introducing me so well, and it's my honor to be on this platform today, where I really feel valued that yes, I'm trying to give something to the society, and you only make me feel that my contributions are worth it, so I can contribute more to the society. Now let's talk about our today's main topic, or we can say what is the topic of our talk today. Can anyone tell me that the topic of our talk today, how it connects with digital forensics? I guess is the audience allowed to speak?
Yes, I am extremely sorry. I forgot to mention a few things. Please keep in mind that the audience should kindly keep your microphones off except for if sir asks you. But please don't start speaking altogether. Kindly raise your hand. But we would prefer it if you leave your questions in the chat box instead. And you are encouraged to keep your camera open if you can for better interaction.
Okay, so it's a good words or advice from the host, and I hope all of you will follow it. If you have any answers also, then definitely you can drop them in chat box. I'll be there to read them, and I can definitely respond to them. So yeah, can anyone tell me how the topic which we are talking about today? We have the topic of our chat as let me read it out. It is digital harm to legal help, a victim's guide to justice, right? We talk a word here, justice. Justice is a big word. In India, courts are just not just the place where justice is given. In India, courts are the most crowded places, I would say. You won't find this much crowd in the market, that much you'll find in a court because in India, we have a common term which we say to other persons. So if someone has a fight on the road, what they call, I'll see you in the court. If someone has a argument with someone, I'll take you to the police station. So whenever, in India we have anything or any argument, we just take one word, court, and this court is made the temple of justice. Now just tell me, how is this justice delivered? Can anyone tell me? In the court there are lawyers, in the court there are judges, in the court there are victims, okay, there are spectators, but where does this justice come from? If anyone can give me the answer in the chat or message. Yeah, Shubhi Arora, please answer.
Yeah, I'll just try. So mainly justice comes the what are the proofs, what are the perspectives, and it depends that what is the case. Like until and unless once hear your stances, no one can provide you justice.
Okay, fine. Okay, now let me share my presentation. Once I share it, then I'll talk to you how is this justice delivered actually, okay, and what is the base of this justice. In the court we say that this person is guilty, this person is not guilty, he's set free by the court, right? But
It
why?
depends, sir. It depends upon the evidence what we are proving, what we are submitting into the court.
Okay, it depends upon the evidence, right? Okay, and now just let's have a eye on from where this evidence comes from. Okay, you took a very good word, evidence. See, I'm here who is talking about forensics, digital forensics, right? And you are talking about evidence. Now let's connect it out, how it's connected. Before that, just a short introduction about me, although she introduced me very well. When I start my any talk, I say one thing: security is a myth. It was a proverb sometime. It's no more now. It is a nightmare in digital forensics. Why? I'll tell you further. But remember my this line. Now, she introduced me very well with my all experiences and my details. So yeah, I have just not much around 4.5 to 5 years of experience in digital forensics, and I'm working with Government of India, the digital forensic investigator right now. And earlier, I have worked with a few departments like certain NCR Corporation, Uttarakhand Police, and a lot of law enforcement agencies, some of which are confidential. And I have been also been trainer for NCIPC, CBTI, RRU, NEPA, and a lot of trainings I am conducting in different organizations. So that is also one of the source of my knowledge. When I talk to those people, when I talk to their cases, when I am doing cases, and when I'm talking with the professionals of the industry, I get to know a lot of things. So from there my knowledge comes from. But my main focus is on mobile forensics. It's my main topic, and then I also work in memory forensics, social media forensics, and incident response, especially malware cases like ransomware recovery and malware investigations. So that's all about me. If anyone wants to connect to me, my LinkedIn and my email address are there. You can drop me questions or any kind of interest there. If anyone want any guidance or mentorship, I offer it free of cost. Yes, I offer it free of cost. Any help for any law enforcement, again, I offer it free of cost. Okay, so you can always reach out to me. Now, let's start from beginning. Now let's talk from source of information. What is source of information? Earlier we see there were a lot of people who used to collect information about us. So we see we went to some places like, okay, one more thing I forgot to ask. The medium should be Hindi or English or mix. Is there anyone who has any issue in understanding English? If there is, you may please say. I'll be going bilingual. First, what should be my language preference? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're
sir.
writing on the chat box.
Okay, no, you can speak because I'm sharing, so I won't be able to see the chat box right now. You can mention it here.
Okay, so most of them are saying to speak on English only.
English, no? Fine. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So in early time, we used to see a lot of people used to stand in some places with some pamphlets. Right now, also we see those people, right? And some salesmen used to come to our home and they used to give us some products, then write our name in a register. Still, you see in some stores, people are noting your information, right? Now we go to the malls, we give our number there. After some time, we get a SMS. Thank you for shopping with us. You have these coupons, you have these things. So what is this? This is something which is called competitive intelligence, where a agency is collecting your information, is collecting your shopping experience, is collecting your interest to know what you like, what you dislike, what are the sales trends in that area, what are the trends in that area which people will like about buying, and similarly the company will launch offers for the product, similarly the company will launch offers for different schemes, and they will get the profit or loss, right? That is actually estimation of their competition and of their sales. Now if we talk about this in other word, then we come to know that there is also something like in cyber world. Now in cyber world, when we are interacting with some softwares, we are using commercial services, we are accessing online sources, offline sources, anywhere, we are giving some information or taking some information, right? For example, let me give you an example. You have an email, right? Your email and your phone number. Your phone number is connected from your birth records, your parents' records, your school records, your college records, then your health records, then your job records. It is also connected to your Amazon account, which has your PAN number, address. It is connected to your bank account. It is connected to your, for example, any relatives account. Then you have some browsing history in your Google. There also your phone number is there. You have some YouTube history. Your number is there. You are watching Amazon Prime. You are buying some products. There it is there, right? You are giving the same number into n number of services. Data basically is collected by some sites, left by some sites, and it is transmitted. We think that our data is just into our laptop. We just think that our data is just into our laptop, cell phones, iPads, and when we are communicating with just a few people, it's with us. But no, that data is actually being transmitted to a lot of places which we don't know, which we never have idea of. Okay. In reality, we are in a huge auditorium speaking into a public system where people can see what we do and we cannot see where our information is going. Now, when you see a digital footprint, there are few steps, or you can say vital properties to it. What are those? The first thing is it is permanent. Now, let me give you an example. On WhatsApp, I sent you some message and I deleted the message, right? The message is no more there, but there is a trace always. The user deleted the message, even if you do delete for everyone. Now in the server also the same trace will be there. Something was sent, although it is not being recovered, but something was sent. So you cannot remove the footprint permanently. You did a post on Facebook and you deleted the post, but that post always remains in the Google archive for even next 10 years also. You will not get the post content, but you will always get a message, or you will get always get a trace that something was posted sometime. So digital footprint is always permanent. Secondly, these footprints multiply. You delete one thing, you will make two traces. Why? Because for deleted one thing, you need to install a software. Now, when you're installing a software, uninstalling a software, you're again leaving a trace. You bought that software from somewhere, you downloaded from some website, again you are leaving a trace. So these traces will definitely multiply. You are never going to end it. And one important saying is being said by one of my mentor: once the genie is out of the bottle in the digital world, there is no way to stop. So it is permanent. Now, someone talk about digital evidence, right? Or someone talk about evidence. Evidence is something which brings justice into the court. Now, when we talk about forensics, what is the motto of forensics? Can anyone tell me the tagline of forensics? What is written below the logo? Anyone? You can unmute your mic and tell. Anyone? It is justice with
I
sign.
don't.
Yeah?
Driven by science.
No. It is Nyayarthe Vijnanam or justice with science. Now, justice with sign means Digital forensics is the process of applying scientific and analytical techniques. Now focus on the buzzwords. Scientific and analytical techniques to computers, networks, digital evidences, files to discover or recover admissible evidence. Now all the legal professionals sitting here, I know their eyes would have gone on this word, admissible evidence. And on the forensic people sitting here, their eyes would have gone on these two words. Let me explain you what these are.
Bringing the invisible to light is
Hmm?
forensic. Bringing the invisible into light.
Yes, very well framed in a proverb. But when we talk about it scientifically, digital forensics is something which is just bringing out or discovering something which already exists. We are never getting out something which is not existent. The thing is existent, but as he said, it was not seen by naked eyes. It was not normally seen. We are using some already proven scientific techniques. Now, these scientific techniques are not something which are curated in some labs or some scientific forums. These are general basic techniques from applied sciences which are applied to those things and which give some result. Now that result should be either affirmative or negative. In forensics, there is no place for maybe. We have probabilistic results, but that also comes in a percentage, a proper number. There is no way for maybe, shayad, kintu, parantu. We always say either it is yes or it is a no. And that is only what frames the actual justice in the court. Secondly, analytical techniques. Analytical means if I am the forensic examiner, I am signing the report. I should have analyzed that thing by myself. I cannot rely on someone else's opinion of saying that this can be possible, this cannot be possible, and write it in my report. It has to be done and it has to be proven. And if the court asks me to reproduce it, it should be reproducible, it should be resilient, it should not change over time. Like, for example, if I have done an experiment today with one method, the result should come same n number of times. Then it will be said as scientifically acceptable. Okay. And the last two words comes discover or recover admissible evidence. Now, discover means what is already existent. Recover means what was being deleted or being hidden from normalized. We are bringing it out and recovering it and making it admissible in the court. Now, admissibility is the biggest challenge. Why? Digital forensics is similar to data recovery. Now, you see, data recovery is also a part of computer science where people are just recovering the data from using softwares, right? A lot of data recovery software and services come. But the main thing is, what is difference between digital forensics and those? Digital forensics is something where law is also involved. It is a techno-legal field. It's not technical, it's a techno-legal field. Techno-legal means we are doing everything which falls under law. And in law, if I talk specifically about, there is an act called Bharatiya Saksh Adhiniyam, BSA, which is the act which basically gives us the foundation for what is admissible in the court, what is not admissible in the court, according to BNS, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, and Bharatiya Nyay Sanhita, BNS, right? So we are doing everything which is under the law and it is bound by the law. If you do anything which is against the law, it will never be accepted by the court. This is how we make the evidence admissible in the court. Now, secondly, it is integration of identification, assessment, seizure, preservation, imaging, and analysis of digital evidence. Now, these are the different stages, which are the stages of digital forensics. So, the evidence is firstly identified in the crime scene. I'll explain it later. Then it is assessed, what should be done with it. Then it is seized or imaged. Then preservation of the evidence till the case goes on, because we cannot just discard the evidence. We have to preserve it till the case goes on and till the case ends, because it is something which is only the way to prove the truth. Okay. And the last one comes analysis and reporting. Now, in analysis and reporting, we have one important term. What? To bring out the root cause of the incident or crime. Now, any legal professional here would definitely know what I mean to say. In court, without actus reus and mens rea, you cannot prove someone guilty, right? There should be a valid motive and there should be a valid act, a malicious act. There should be the involvement of some malice, and that malice should be proved by some kind of guilty intent. Then only it is said a valid crime, right? So we have to also bring the root cause or the motive behind the crime and the guilty act which was done. The act will be proved by the evidence and the motive will be proved by the theory which a scientific examiner gives, that why would the person has done this crime, and plus the confession of the criminal based on the evidence when the criminal accepted guilt. So that basically frames the justice. Now let's talk about identification. Identification means when we go to a crime scene, there are a lot of electronic devices there. In books we read electronic device is a digital evidence, right? Now just tell me one thing, you have a lot of electronic devices in your home, from mixer grinder to hair dryer to anything like washing machine. Are they digital evidences? No. Every electronic device is not a digital evidence. Digital evidence is only the one which is either storing data, transmitting data, or processing data, because what in the end we have to get is data. So if we have anything which is connected to data, is the evidence of our choice or the evidence we want. Now, when we go to the crime scene, we need to firstly identify something which is storing data, which is processing data. Now, whether it may be a smartwatch, whether it may be a smart device, whether it may be a computer, a hard disk, a pen drive, a mobile phone, or anything which is doing the purpose will be considered as
Actually,
a
sir, we
evidence.
are not getting your voice.
Now it's clear? Hello? You're not getting my voice?
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Please check your network connection if you're not getting my voice then, because other people are getting it clearly.
No, sir, it's clear.
Yeah, fine, thank you. Now, when you go to the crime scene, you basically assess the crime scene. Assess means you have to check out this only. What is the evidence? What can be possible evidence? Now, when you go to the crime scene, second task is one more thing. The evidence can sometimes not be visible by naked eyes, because see, when you go to a normal crime scene, you see blood marks, you see footprints, you see something, right? In digital forensics, the data is there. You cannot see data from your eyes. There may be a small, coin type thing in the table, that may be a pen drive. There can be a very small memory card, which will take you entire day to find it in the room, right? Or it can be as huge as a server, a rack server, which is more than your height, bigger than a room, and you have to get the evidence from it. So this digital evidence can be in any form, but what we have to focus on is main the data. Now the data can be taken up in two ways. Either you seize the entire device, you take it with you to the lab, or you take the data required, the necessary data required, and then analyze it, right? Now, what is the possible way we are taking the device data? Can anyone tell me here? What is the forensic procedure to do it?
If anybody knows the answer, you can speak up.
Anyone?
Sir, Kiran has written in the chat box autopsy.
Autopsy. No, autopsy. Yeah, Kiran, you can unmute yourself. From autopsy, you mean the software or you mean the practical autopsy? Okay, well, leave. So, what I was saying, there are two ways. One is either you take the evidence with you, you seize it. Yeah. Are you saying something? See, if I'm asking you to unmute and answer, or else if you don't want to unmute, then I'll move forward. Okay. Yeah. So seizure and acquisition basically means either you are seizing the evidence entirely or you are acquiring or imaging it. Fine. Now, imaging, what is imaging? Imaging here does not mean the photo. When there is some data in a drive and I make an exact copy, exact replica of the drive, which contains everything and anything which was stored in the original drive, is called imaging of the drive. Now, it is done in two ways that I'll explain further, but imaging means making an exact copy of the data of a drive. So, for example, if I have a big server where I cannot take the entire server with me because it is immovable, I will make the copy of the data which I want from that server and take it with me for analysis. And seizing means seizing the entire evidence and taking it with me to the lab. Okay, these are two ways. Now then comes integrity verification. Now what's this integrity verification? Integrity verification means I have to verify what image or what data I took from there. Is it the same data in the original device or not? Because if the data is changed, then it is of my no use. Okay, so I have to check whether it is the same data or not. How will you check that? That I'll tell you in detail after some time. Okay. Next then comes, now we have the already have the evidence. Now what we do? Now we have the task of analysis. Now how we do the analysis? This analysis is being done by software, digital forensic softwares, which are basically doing two tasks. Firstly, taking out all the valid evidences from a drive or a image, okay, and categorizing it into a proper manner. Like for example, photos, videos, documents, everything is being taken out separately so that the forensic examiner has the ease of analyzing it. Now, let me give you a task. Okay, all of you here, let me ask you a question. When you put a 500 GB drive into a 500 GB data into a digital forensic software, can anyone tell me how many files we'll get in case of a computer? Almost how many files?
Sir, can you
Anyone?
repeat the question once again?
I am saying there's a 500 GB drive in a PC. I put that 500 GB drive into a digital forensic software for analysis. Can anyone tell me how many files will I get? The number of files I will get in that 500 GB of data. Any guess?
सर सारे फाइल्स का तो जो मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, सारे फाइल्स का जो अपना मतलब स्टोरेज रहेगा वो तो अलग अलग रहेगा ना, जो भी फाइल्स के रहेंगे तो।
I am telling total number of files कितनी आएंगी? Okay, you don't know. Anyone know who knows? Tell me. Total number of files कितनी आ सकती हैं 500 GB की ड्राइव में?
So, Advocate Maud Anas has written in the chat box that thousands or lakhs of files.
Okay, wise estimate. Hmm. Anyone? I can see a lot of data here. Around lakhs, more than 100, I think thousands of lakhs of file. Okay. Anyone who can give an exact number? Whosoever gives the right answer, I have something for you later. But yeah, anyone who can give me the right answer. Right guess. 50,000, 1 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Okay, let me tell you. Around 1 to 3 crores. Yes, you heard it right. If it is a Windows PC, then maybe 5 crores. If it's a Linux PC, then maybe 2 to 3 crores. For a 500 GB hard drive, the total number of files, when we parse the data from a digital forensic software. Parse means when we put the data into a digital forensic software and it is being analyzed. Fine. So that is a lot of number. It's really a lot of number. And a digital forensic examiner is given a task to analyze that within 2 to 3 weeks. Around the number of graphic files, the photos which come are something around 5 lakhs, 2 to 5 lakhs. Sometimes 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh, maximum 5 lakhs. And we have to see them all according to the SOP or according to the questionnaire what we get. So last comes documentation. Now what is documentation? All what we have done, the analysis, based on the questionnaire which we get from agency. Yeah, I forgot to tell. When we get the case, we get a questionnaire with it. What is questionnaire? A set of questions which are asked by the investigating authority, and we have to answer them based on analysis. Now, when we give the report with that questionnaire, we have to answer that all the questions of the questionnaire, and with that, we have to also give something which is called a certificate. 63.4C. 63.4C certificate is that I, the lawful examiner of this evidence, has examined this evidence under my custody, and I adhere and submit that all the data which is being sent in the court, all the examination which has been done is correct to the best of my knowledge, and all the data which I am giving as evidence in the court is right. If any discrepancies or something occurs, I will be called in the court for cross examination, and I will be responsible for any kind of wrong findings, if soever, which is brought down later. So if later the report is wrong or there are some mistakes in the report, I'll be held liable for it. So I'm signing that and giving to the court. That basically makes the admissibility of my evidence in the court, along with a document called chain of custody. Now, what is chain of custody? From the time the evidence is being seized, for example, the evidence is being seized from Ritesh, it has been brought to Yugal. Then the first chain of custody will be signed by Ritesh at 1200 hours to Yugal at 1200 hours. Now, Yugal will give it at 1600 hours to Nalin, and Nalin will take it at 1600 hours. Even there is not a 1 minute gap between the transfer of the custody of the evidence. And whosoever takes the evidence into their custody, touches the evidence, or does anything with the evidence will have their entry in the chain of custody form. And this chain of custody goes on. It goes on till the case ends. It can be 2 pages, 10 pages, or 200 pages. Doesn't matter. But all time it will go to the court, and it will be taken up by the court along with the 65B certificate and the report. Then only your case will be admissible. Now let's move to the technicalities. So I'll talk about mobile forensics. For example, there is a mobile phone, a smartphone. I collect it, I put it to a forensic tool, I make an image of it. Now what is image? Now again, let me tell you why we are working on image and why we are focusing on imaging the device. Can anyone tell me? Why the hell can't we take the data from the device originally and give it back? What is the need for creating so many copies? We are just wasting the storage space. What is the reason? Can anyone? What is the point behind taking the image? Anyone unmute yourself and answer. And there is no text in giving a wrong answer. You can give a wrong answer. But I want you all to interact.
आई थिंक इमेज में डाटा का साइज छोटा हो जाता है.
Okay. Anyone else?
Someone in the chat box has written manipulation can be done.
Manipulation can be done in image. Unmute yourself and answer. Yeah, don't worry. No need to write in chat. I'm giving you freedom to unmute. In lectures, people are muted and they don't get to answer. Here, you're getting the opportunity, so you can answer it.
Images
Anyone
can
else?
be
Hmm?
images can be morphed or something. Evidence can be changed like that, sir.
Okay, one more thing. Image is not here the photo I told you. It is not the photo one image or picture one image. It is the backup of data, entire data of the device. That is called the image, forensic image.
It's maybe to keep a original sample to compare later if while processing data or while doing the forensic activity, if there is any changes, if any changes occur, so maybe to compare it with the original sample,
Very good.
maybe for that
Very close,
we
very
are
near.
keeping.
Very good, very good. Good. Anyone else? Can anyone give me the exact word?
Sir, encrypted or hidden data sir cause
No, no,
misuse.
no, no. Acha, okay. Anyone has heard the word tampering? What is tampering?
Yes, sir. It's the
What is
right word.
tampering? What is the tampering of data?
So to cause damage to the data.
Intentionally destroying it, trying to destroy the evidence or something.
Okay.
Modification of
Then
data.
you only say
Tampering basically means simply alteration. The alteration in
Wanted
something.
wantedly trying to change the data
It can be wantedly
intentionally.
also, unwantedly also. Alteration can be wantedly also, unwantedly also.
evidence.
Okay, now let me give you example. Let me give you example. When you have a mobile phone and you connect your mobile phone to the charger, do you think any log is made in the mobile phone? Yes or no? Yes, a log is made in the mobile phone where the charging starts. You disconnect the charger, again a log is made. You lock the finger phone, again a log is made. You unlock the fingerprint, again a log is made. Everything is being logged there, right? So why we are creating the image? So that the original state of the evidence is retained as it was taken up while the seizure. When the device was taken up during the seizure, now for seizing the mobile phone, there is a golden rule. What? We have to isolate it from the network as we seize it. For laptop, it is not mandatory because laptop does not have network all the time. But mobile phone has a SIM. We have to isolate the mobile phone from a network. It is a golden rule. Now again, can anyone tell me why is the reason for this? Why we need to isolate it from the network immediately after seizing?
So it can be changed or modified or tempered if it's remain connected to the network.
Very good, exactly. For a laptop, you need to physically go and change the data if you don't have the network. But in a mobile phone, network is always there. You just need one email, a Google email logged in there, and you go to the examiner even realizes what is happening, the data will be gone. If there is some kind of kill switch or cloud in the network, the data can be erased. Next, now the forensic thing, the forensic SOP works on one more thing, which is called MAC. What is MAC? Modified access created time. A file is once created, then it is once modified, and then it is last opened or accessed. So all these timing are very, very important. Now, if the phone was seized means no one can use that phone, right? Now the phone cannot be used by anyone. That means no one is unlocking it, no one is opening any file. So all the modified accessing created dates of those files should be before the seizure date and time. Now, if I find something into my phone after seizure date and time, that means it was used. Now imagine if the network is in the phone and a SMS comes after seizure date, a missed call comes after date, or there is a update in the phone after seizure. That's a big crap. It will be a big mess. My entire forensic integrity is gone. Okay. Secondly, the most important thing is the hash value. Can anyone tell me what is hash value? Anyone knows about hash?
But it's a particular unique identification which is created with the generation of every new file or photo, anything which we generally fill in the evidence form that is given in the schedule
Exactly.
BS.
Hash is a alphanumeric string like A B 1329 Z B C, something like this long string, whether it is of 64 characters, 128 characters, or 256 characters. This is basically something which is unique for every file. So if I write Google, the hash will be different. If I add or subtract a letter there, the hash will be different. Let me show you a practical example of it here. Okay. So for example, I write online hash calculator and I get this. Okay. Now let me write here my name and generate a hash for this. I generate a MD5 hash which is used in forensics. So C hash is this. Let's copy it into another tab here. Okay. We'll give some space. Now I add a space here and make the hash. Is it changed?
Yes.
It changed. Now I remove this and put a comma there. Again the hash is changed. But if I write the same string, the hash is same. So what does it tell you? It is a perfect way to tell the data was changed or not. Before seizure, if my data hash comes one thing, and after seizure my data hash comes different, that means the device was accessed and the data was changed. Right? So this is the forensic way of telling whether the data has been altered or not. And forensic tampering is always determined along with modified access created dates with this hash. This is actually something which is a forensic measure which is used for calculating the integrity of evidence. Okay, so we create the image for two purposes. Firstly, our original evidence should not get altered because working on original evidence is prohibited in forensics according to the law. Secondly, in the image we are actually creating copy of the device, so we can create n number of copies, do n number of experiments, and our original evidence is saved. We are saving it and putting it into a evidence locker or something. Please close your mic, you are getting echo, so that the evidence does not get destroyed. Now after that we extract the data from the evidence and we do the analysis of it, right? Now analysis I already, whosoever is there please change it.
Sakshi Jain, can you please turn off your mic?
Yeah, so now we do the analysis. After analysis, we do the reporting. Okay. We get the evidence and we do the reporting. Now in reporting, there is one thing, verification and validation. What is verification and validation? Verification means we are again verifying that the evidence what we got, does it match the case or not? Now when we get a case, we get the FIR copy also, we get the documents also and the background of the case. Now if I take out a photo and say this photo is connected with this murder, the court will ask how. In the photo, you see a man holding a cup of tea, talking with someone, and I say this is connected to the murder of this person. Now, the person who was murdered is never in the photo. The court will definitely ask me, how can you say this is connected with the murder? And how can you say this is the murderer? In the photo, I see no connection. You should always have a proper theory, a proper story also. which will actually tell you how that evidence is connected to the actual crime. And when you read the documentation of the case, you will always get the insight on what to do. When we get a mobile phone in the forensic lab, we never know it is the mobile phone of the victim or the offender or his father, his mother, his wife, his son. We have to actually read the documents. That tells me, okay, this mobile phone is of the son of this mobile phone is of the offender, this mobile phone is of the wife. And then I get an idea in my mind what I will get in whose mobile phone. Like in wife's phone, I can get the call logs related to husband. In the son's phone, I can get the browsing history or something. If the son is tech savvy, I can get some things, right? In the offender's phone, I can get this. Because if I don't have any background of the case, it is impossible for me to get out the evidence. Because I am telling you, there are lakhs of files. It will take you entire life to scan and read them all. Still, you will not be able to come to a conclusion. Okay. Now next comes, there are two rules in digital forensics. Okay, host, if you are running out of time, please notify me. Okay, although I guess I have still 10 minutes, so I'll try to wind up in 15 minutes. Okay,
Yes, sir, no problem.
yeah. So there are two rules. First is first responder, second is computer forensic analyst. Now, who is the first responder? The one who is going to the crime scene. Now, although now government has made different mobile forensic vans, those mobile forensic vans are going into the crime scenes and picking up the evidence from there, because government has now mandated that the forensic evidence should be picked up from the scene of crime by a forensic examiner only. Because earlier in our country, the forensic first responder was police. Now, what was the issue with the police? The police used to go in the crime scene. You used to get the mobile phone into a packet, or you used to get a mobile phone just like this open. They never thought about the chain of custody. They never thought about the any kind of SOPs, because they were never trained for it. That's the biggest problem. So that's why government then mandated that only the police personals will not go to the crime scene. The forensic examiners will also go to the crime scene and they will pick up the evidence. So now all the evidences are picked up by the forensic examiners from the crime scene. Okay. Now these evidences are also picked up in a proper manner, in a proper way. How? The evidence is picked up from the crime scene and sealed and secured properly so that it does not get contaminated. Contaminated means so that it does not get damaged. Now, for example, if I bring a mobile from a crime scene and I have to send it to a laboratory which is far away, what can be the possible chances of the damage of the evidence? Can anyone tell me? If
Our
the mobile phone
fingerprint
screen breaks,
is
hmm? Yeah, please say.
yes, I was telling that if we bring the evidence without like handling it with care, like we usually handle evidences like carry it in a plastic bag or something so that our fingerprints doesn't falls on it.
Okay, your fingerprint is one thing. Secondly, I'm saying mainly what are the chances of damage of mobile? Water can get into it, moisture can damage it. Secondly, what can be the case? If you put any hard thing or any heavy thing on the mobile phone screen, the screen may get damaged, right? The mobile phone can get heated up because of temperature, or if the mobile is kept discharged for a long time, the battery may get damaged, right? If the mobile phone is brought in a lot of heavy stuff, then sometimes the back motherboard can get damaged. There can be pressure in the mobile phone, its ports can get damaged. Anything can be there. So whenever we get the mobile phone or any kind of such evidence or a hard drive or any electronic device, we have to bring it with very much safety, because it is fragile. It can break very easily. It can get damaged very easily. So always it should be collected into a proper way, into a proper manner, with a proper SOP, standard operating procedure, which is taking up into a bubble wrap. Okay, and that bubble wrap is very costly. It's not very costly, it's very cheap. That bubble wrap, Faraday bags are actually costly, although it is said that Faraday bags should be used for it. Faraday bags is something which is a jute bag which is made from Faraday fabric, and that is basically isolating the network. So, for example, if I take your phone and put it in a Faraday bag, no network will come into your device. So, always the mobile phone should be taken in Faraday bag. Now, if I'm saying isolating network, there is a challenge. For example, you have a latest phone. Now, when you try to turn off the data of the mobile device, it will ask for the password. Now, you won't get the password on the spot, right? Secondly, sometimes you get the password, then also when you try to turn off the data, it basically has something like some kind of lock or some kind of pin set by the user. Another option is taking out the SIM. You can take out the SIM tray, but some phones have again the SIM lock. So if you take out the SIM, another passcode comes on the screen which need to be entered then for reinserting the SIM, right? Or sometimes mobile phone nowadays have eSIM, so they don't have a physical SIM slot only. So there is no physical SIM, there is eSIM. For deactivating the eSIM, again you need the biometric of the user. It does not require PIN, it requires biometric authentication nowadays. So it's a challenge. So the best and easy option comes putting it into a Faraday bag or wrapping it with aluminium foil for around 2 to 3 inch thick layer, which will basically isolate the network. So this has to be done by police. Secondly, recording the crime scene very well, recording the details of the crime scene so that to know from where the evidence was being taken, for what reason it's been taken, and what is the forensic validity of it. Second is the forensic examiner who will examine the evidence and bring out the data. Okay. Now let's talk about the digital evidences at crime scene. Earlier there were computer hard disks, removable media, USB drive, memory cards, such kind of things. Nowadays we have new kind of evidence, device logs, video footages and images. Like mostly in the these divorce cases, we get screenshots of the chats with other girl, with other boy, and these are used as evidence in the court. Then archives, then active data, metadata, residual data, volatile data, IoT devices like smartwatches, like smart fridges, Alexa devices, emails, drones, DVRs of CCTV, DVRs and NVRs, social media accounts of the people, social media data dumps, Google takeouts, cloud data, cloud workspaces. Like sometimes people are formatting the phone entirely, but when we know their cloud credentials, we can get all their phone data from cloud. Like Samsung has all the data backed up in the cloud. iOS has all their data backed up in the cloud. So from the cloud, I can get all the data of the mobile phone, even if they wipe the mobile phone or format it also. Then comes the gaming consoles, right? Xbox and gaming consoles. These also are sometimes evidence. So we all have new type of evidences now, except though traditional ones which we had earlier times with the evolving tech. And so are the branches of forensics. See, you have cloud forensics now, memory forensics, storage media forensics, social media forensic, network forensic, GPS forensic. Yes, the GPS devices, they also have forensics. If a car has got an accident, we say the car was over speeded or not, or the car was hit by someone. So the GPS can exactly tell what speed the car was traveling, when the brakes were applied, was the car hit by someone, or where is the person, what he's saying. His theory can be verified by GPS device of the car or the vehicle, similarly for the phone. Then IoT devices, as I told, smartwatch and everything. SCADA devices, the devices which are controlling the automation in the industrial systems, like automation robots. These are called SCADA systems. Mobile phones, drones, satellite phones. These are again evidences. Then automotive devices like TomTom or the Android Auto in the devices which is being connected to. So if someone has something in the car, like he was talking to someone in the car and the phone was being thrown out, some cache data also remains into this Android Auto, or the phone's memory sending some data to that car sound system, and that is connected with the Android system again. So Android Auto is feeding all the data to it, so data can be recovered from that also. Now, integrity of digital evidence, as I told you already about hash, so I'll skip it out. What is hash? Okay. Now, these are some toolkits and these are some frameworks which you can use, open source list of tools for doing forensics, digital forensics. I'll share the PPT so you'll get the list later. Okay. Now, let me tell security in forensics, which I said it's a two-edged sword. Now, we want our devices to be more secure so that no one can steal data from it. Now imagine same secure device comes into the hands of a terrorist and he is doing some kind of anti-national work from that. Now in that case, security is a challenge for me because I need to extract the data which is important for the national security and which is very very vital for me. But the same security which was one day beneficial for me to save my data from theft is now a challenge from me to bring out the data. So security and forensics, it's a two-edged sword. One way, we in cybersecurity want our things to be secure. Another way, in cybersecurity in forensics, we actually want less security so that the data can be taken out easily, because more secure it will be, more less amount of data we'll be able to take out from the device and we'll have less evidence. So this is something which is very very big irony in a digital forensics. Now, how security is a hindrance? Data encryption, whether it be encrypted data in a software or hardware, again it's a challenge to break the encryption. Sometimes we get the entire data from the device, entire image, but we are not able to read anything because the data was encrypted and we didn't get the decryption key. Data hiding in storage devices, nowadays there are a lot of hiding apps available, lot of hiding techniques available in hard disk. In hard disk we have slack space, we have TPM, we have HPDCO where data can be hidden. Then covert communication channels, Tor, VPN, private messaging channels like Telegram. Okay, these all have again become a challenge because these don't give data, and the forensics of these platforms is again very tough because they are mostly anonymized, and secondly they are privacy focused and very very secure. Steganography, it exists, hiding image in the data, hiding data in the image, hiding data in the audio, hiding audio in the video, hiding audio in the picture. It is really there, and people are using it a lot nowadays for piracy, especially when you get a .pdf file which is actually a movie, and when you change it from .pdf to .mp4 you get an entire movie downloaded. So earlier when the movies were being sent into the telegram and pirated platforms, they were being detected. Now the extensions are being changed and steganography is being used, so you have the entire movie being pirated and sent out in many places and no one will be able to detect it now. Anti forensics, all the anti-forensic techniques. Cloaking means basically you are trying to change the timestamps, you are trying to change the metadata. Obfuscation means we are hiding some data in a particular location so that the hackers can be able to access it.
Hello, sir. I think sir is having some network issues. Kindly wait.
Yeah, I am back. Sorry, my network got disconnected.
No problem, sir.
uh, can we continue? Are we out of
Yes, yes, sir. So we will start the Q&A session from 9:55. So
done? Okay,
yes,
5 minutes now, I'll finish.
yes,
Now another challenge is the problem of data problem of plenty and capacity. What is problem of plenty and capacity? Plenty means earlier we were having one mobile phone in one home. Now we are having five mobile phones in one home. 128 GB or 256 GB one mobile phone into five. Imagine the amount of data, 1000 GB data or 1 TB data from one home. We were having earlier a hard disk of 500 GB. Now we have 1 TB hard disk, 256 or 512 GB SSD. So around 1.5 TB data from one laptop. Two or three laptops from one home. Imagine the amount of capacity of data we are getting. Around 3 to 5 terabytes of data from one case. And one case was there, I am telling you, where I had got 35 mobile phones, 35 mobile phones and 72 SIMs. And I was the alone person doing the examination of it all. It took me 2 months to do it. Imagine 35 mobile phones, how much they are in one case. It was a fraud case. So the problem of data is a very big problem because you have to process this data, then you have to review it forensically and then put into the code. You cannot make any mistakes. And every machine has a limitation. You cannot process this much data immediately in one machine. The machine will also, you know, just fail many a lot times. So this is one of the challenge. Now next is sometimes the data is being corrupted, data is being hidden, anti-forensics is being used. All these are challenges in this. Okay. Now let's skip it. So why is forensic important? Earlier the crimes were financial fraud, social media accounts, cyber stalking, cyber defamation and trolling. Nowadays, we have deepfakes, we have AI, we have data feeding, we have intelligence attacks, right? We have user tracking, botnet attacks, impersonation, identity theft, all these are there. So for these modern crimes, we definitely need forensics so that we need to find out who was the actual offender. Okay. So this was all for today. If anyone has any questions now, I'm open. You can ask me.
So you can call them by those who have raised their hand.
Yeah, those who all have raised their hands. Let me see. Open the queue. I have here a lot of people. Okay, Satish Kumar has raised their hands. Can you please show the slide of tools one again? Miss Neha, I'll share the PPT. You can get the PPT. Else, if you want it, you can directly check my LinkedIn also. There also you'll get the same data. Okay. So if you want it, I'll share the slides. Is that fine, host?
Yes, sir, of course.
I'll share the slides so that people can get there. Plus, I'm also putting my LinkedIn here. So if anyone wants to ask me anything, you can ask me there also. Any questions from the session, you can ask right now. Ask, and I'll request you. You can unmute yourself now. It will be better because if you write in chat, I'll answer. So maybe sometime I'll not get whether you are like satisfied or not. So you can ask when we can get the participation certificate. That's not me. Okay.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, first of all, thank you for this wonderful and insightful session. And now my sir, question is recently, sir, in July 2025, in Vibhor Garg versus Neha, Supreme Court, there was a division bench. Supreme Court said that even a secretly recorded telephonic call can be admissible evidence in matrimonial cases.
Hmm.
This is the one point of view. And secondly, WhatsApp say that there is a end-to-end inscription between the two parties when they are communicating. And there
Hmm.
is one advanced feature as well. They have this, introduced advanced security features. So
Hmm.
suppose one have deleted their end-to-end encryption. and in that investigation or while trial, if someone want to any one of the counsels want to present this as a evidence, so what are the options available to him or her, like how he or she can retrieve that data to present in that matrimonial trial, like even in a matrimonial dispute, even in section 122 that Indian Evidence Act mentions some exceptions regarding presenting this conversation between the spouse. I think I should.
Honestly telling you, I didn't understand your question. You said a so long sentence that it went off my mind. I remember the case, what you have said. I remember the case. It was the case where actually it was challenged that it was a breach of the privacy of the wife, so it cannot be presented in the court. It was being argued, and later the court said that it can be presented because it is a valid evidence, whether it is recorded secretly also, but it is a evidence. It was said by the court.
Yes, sir.
So in that
You
case, it was
rightly.
being accepted. Hmm?
Yes, sir. You are right.
Yeah,
Sir,
right.
earlier, yes, sir. Earlier about the case, like post Puttaswamy judgment, right to privacy was means by the stand ki, okay, there is a
Mm-hmm.
privacy issue. But in July 2025 judgment, the division bench reinterpreted it like to have justice, means the privacy should not obstruct the path of justice. So they
Hmm.
reinterpreted the section 122 of Evidence Act. So
Hmm.
in situation now as a lawyers, so how we can retrieve or get that data or information between the two spouse to present in the court, since now it is admissible.
There are two ways to get it. Once you can get from the devices, like the person's device. If you have the person's device there, okay. Like I had got a case where the husband was having the mobile phone of the wife. A mobile phone that was gifted to the wife by the husband, and before going, the wife deleted all the data from the mobile phone. But unfortunately, she forgot to delete the data from the cloud. The data was backed up in the Samsung cloud, so the data was being recovered, presented in the court as evidence. It was accepted, and everything was fine. Secondly, the option is like WhatsApp also gives you permission for sometimes surveillance, or sometimes tapping the details, but it is only in the national security cases, so that is not an option. Okay, so in this, basically the way is only this, that if you have any no some kind of conversations which are from your spouse phone, which are being shared with you, or you can extract it from the spouse phone. Like example, if your wife is there, she's sleeping, you take out the recording from her phone, which are some kind of evidences or some kind of chats with some third person, where you argue that your wife has a relation with some third person, and because of that you are trying to get the divorce or something, that will definitely work in the court after the judgment.
Yes, sir. You rightly said, but there one challenge have been introduced. Like WhatsApp have introduced advanced security features that we can on, and after turning on this feature, you can't export that chat. It's clearly written there. Whenever we open the WhatsApp and see, like it can be customized separately for every person. We can on the advanced security feature which WhatsApp have
So what
introduced.
what advanced security feature you're talking about
Sir,
specifically?
let me show you, if you allow, I show you that it does not allow to export the chat, which we
No,
can use.
don't show me. Just tell me what advanced security feature you are talking about. Because I am
Uh,
also using WhatsApp, but
sir,
I don't know such any advanced security feature which is not allowing you to export the chat.
yes, sir, it's a advanced chat privacy. It's saying that after turning on, if you turn on this,
No, can you tell me the technical where is the technical way to turn it on?
no, sir, just
So,
I have to on this. This is the this is the
Hmm?
option. I have
I'm
to just
sorry to
I have to
interrupt,
just
but Satish, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we might have other questions as well.
Yeah,
So we would have to go ahead, and we
you
don't
can do
have a
one
lot
thing.
of
You can do
time.
one thing. You can connect me later. Okay, because as per I know, WhatsApp has three advanced security feature. One is blocking unknown people from doing the message, blocking unknown calls from unknown IP addresses, and third one is disabling any link from being previewed, so that it cannot auto download. So these three security features I know. After that, some new security features has been launched which I don't know. So maybe I'll need to check it out, because as per
I can
my
connect.
knowledge, these are only three security features which are advanced security features in Android.
Okay, sir. I connect you through chats or LinkedIn because
Yeah,
it will
sure,
hamper others'
sure, sure.
interest.
And if
Thank you
you're
for.
talking about disappearing messages in the chat, then that is different. Disappearing
Yes.
message is something different.
Yeah, definitely, different, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else?
Okay.
Any other
Hello,
question?
hello, sir.
Hmm?
Sir, can a deleted photo can be recovered?
My answer is yes also and no also. For that, I'll need to know how it is deleted.
Means generally permanently deleted photo from phone. Can it be recovered?
Permanently deleted means how do you permanently delete it? You are formatting the phone, you are formatting it, or you are just deleting the photo.
Uh, just deleting the photo. One
It
scenario,
can be
second
recovered.
from
It can
formatting.
be recovered. If the physical extraction of the phone is done, it can be recovered.
And if formatting, sir?
If formatting, then there are very less chances. Rarely, I'll say no, depending upon the code.
Okay, sir. Thank
So due to time constraints, we will be ending the Q&A session here. Thank you so much, Mr. Pathak, for sharing your expertise with us today. Your insights into digital forensics, cybercrime investigations, and legal remedies have been invaluable. This session has not only deepened our understanding of how cyber harms are addressed, but also reassured us that justice is possible in the digital age. On behalf of Project CyberShield and Naksh Foundation, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you for taking the time to guide us in this evening. If any participants would like to connect with Mr. Pathak, then you will find his LinkedIn profile account in the chat. We would request you to please kindly contact him through there. And of course, we thank you everyone for participating in this session. So before we leave, a gentle reminder that a feedback form will be shared in the chat box. Submission of the form will enable you to receive your participation certificates. If you face any difficulties, kindly mention it in the chat or our team will assist you. And last but not the least, this is just the beginning. Many more webinars on cybercrime awareness, online safety, and digital rights are on our way under Project CyberShield. So stay aware, stay safe, and help others stay safe too. Thank you once again for joining, and thank you, Mr. Pathak, for such an insightful and interactive session. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for inviting me. Hoping to connect with you all soon, sometime later. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you so much, sir.